Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about the vacant houses in a given horoscope. A lot of us have this notion that the houses which are vacant shall not be able to give us results. No, it is not the case. Each and every house in a given horoscope is capable of delivering its results. Then how to expect the results of the houses which do not have any planets? So basically, talking about the Brihat Prashar Hora Shastra, which is the most sacred text in astrology and the most ancient one written by the, the disciples of sage Prashar. So in that it is mentioned that if you have a horoscope where the planets are only placed in just one house and the entire chart is vacant, that constitutes a yoga. And it is not considered good to have all the planets placed in one house and all other houses are vacant. In that case, the energies are very imbalanced because one house is very heavily energized by many planets and all other houses are vacant. So the planets will always deliver their results through the house where they are posited. After that, he says that there could be a horoscope where the entire horoscope is vacant, but only two houses are having planets. Sometimes only three houses could be having planets, sometimes four, sometimes five, sometimes six, sometimes seven. So it depends upon horoscope to horoscope how the planets are placed. If you have planets placed all across the horoscope, means they are in six or seven houses, it is considered good. The life of that person would be much more balanced and easy because the energy is balanced. Sometimes it is also said that there are certain houses where there could be four or more planets that are placed. In that case, we can say that the results of the house will not be felt. The house goes into the moksha. That house will go into sannyas yoga. You will not receive any results from the house which is having four or more planets. So from this statement, you can well imagine that the house which is having more planets will not be able to give you good results. But it is okay to have two or three planets in a given horoscope. And the planets will always deliver their results from the house where they are placed. And the planets could also be lords of certain houses. Their results will also be felt through the placement of the planets in a particular house. Now let's try to understand this with the help of an example. Suppose we talk about the seventh house of marriage. So before proceeding ahead, I want to tell you that it is a very ideal situation to have the seventh house vacant. If there is no planet in the seventh house, it is considered as very good. It means that you will not have any need to be with someone. So even if you are alone, you will be happy. But that does not mean that you will not have anyone. It means that you are a personality which can be happy by being on your own. But if you happen to have a planet in the seventh house, it does mean something. First of all, it will tell you about the traits of your husband or wife. And secondly, it means that you desire somebody in your life. It also means that there could be a possibility of a third party influence in your marriage because there is a planet in your seventh house. After having said this, that I want you to see where is your seventh lord placed. Suppose in this case, let's say the seventh house is all vacant. Now let's see where is the seventh lord placed. Suppose it is placed in your 10th house. So from the seventh house, it is placed four houses away. That is in the Kendra houses, in the quadrant house. And from the ascendant also, it is placed in the 10th house. Again, it is the Kendra house. So in this case, if the seventh house is vacant and the seventh lord is placed in the 10th house, is a very good placement. You can say that the spouse will be very well accomplished and the spouse will give you happiness, and the spouse could be very studious also, because from the seventh it is sitting in the fourth house. So it means the spouse may want to study more. The spouse could be studious, and it is going to give you good results of your spouse. So after having seen the placement of the seventh lord, now we will see what are the planets which are aspecting your seventh house, which is vacant. Suppose planet Saturn is aspecting from the ascendant, or Saturn has two other aspects also, the third aspect from the fifth house, or it is having, you can say, some other aspect from the 10th house. From the 10th house, it will give its 10th aspect only. So in that case, there could be some difficulties in your marriage. Similarly, Mars has got three aspects. If Mars is aspecting, or Rahu or Ketu are sitting in the seventh house or in the ascendant, they will definitely cause disturbance in the marriage. So, because we are talking about the vacant houses, so the aspects of malefics will cause some disturbance in marriage, and the aspects of benefics will give you good results. But if there are, say, aspect of a malefic and a benefic together falling in your seventh, it means that initially the malefic aspect will fructify because they give their results prior to the benefics. So initially you will have difficulties in getting married or probably in your marriage, but later on the benefics will take over and you will get good results of the seventh house. After having seen the aspects and having seen the placement of the seventh lord from itself, now we will see if there is any planet in the sixth house or the eighth house, because these two houses are the neighboring houses of the seventh house. So if you are having planets in your sixth or eighth, it will comprise of a Kartari yoga. So Kartari yoga could be good and it could be bad also. Good means Shubh Kartari yoga. Sixth house would be having a benefic and the eighth house will be having a benefic. It comprises of a good Kartari yoga. Again, it will give you very good results of the seventh house. So you will have a very happy married life if there are benefics in the sixth and the eighth house to your seventh. This is just an example. The same thing can be applied for other houses also. Suppose you are having a malefic in the sixth house and another malefic in the eighth house. That means the seventh house is having bad influences on the either side. You will not be able to enjoy the happiness of marriage. That totally does not mean that you will not get married. There are many other factors. You have to give importance to the Karak also. Karak is Venus. Venus controls the seventh house. If Venus is in good shape, if Venus is exalted or it is being aspected by benefics, even though the seventh house is under malefic influences, the person will be able to enjoy quite a good amount of happiness from the marriage. So friends, this is how we deal with the vacant houses. So I will repeat again, we have to give attention to the house lord. Where has the house lord of the vacant house gone? It is going to exhibit its results through that house. Then we have to see what are the planets which are aspecting your vacant house. Then we have to see what is the Kartari yoga being formed of the vacant house. Is it a good Kartari yoga or a bad Kartari yoga? Based upon all these influences, and later on we will give attention to the Karak, the significators of that house about which we are talking. Then we will conclude the results of the given house. So it is not desirable to say that a particular house is vacant, it will not give us results. No, that is totally a wrong notion. So friends, this is all for now. Stay connected and I will bring more interesting videos in the near future. Till then, goodbye.